Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley. I'm a registered dietitian and co founder of Eat Well Exchange.
Hey guys, my name is Tashani and I'm your favorite female electrician.
Yes, and I'll be honest, she's the only female electrician that I know.
But realistically speaking, it's 2.2% of us that are out there in the United States.
Okay, well, we have that in common because in my profession as a dietitian, it's only 2.7% throughout the United States. So we're like celebrating now, but really that's not good. Because when you think about for me, all of the Black people that have health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, everybody has an auntie, grandma, cousin, or even ourselves dealing with these things, but you don't have anybody we can relate to about these conditions.
Absolutely not, because back home or wherever we grow up, everybody wants to be something else. Everybody wants to be the teacher. Everybody wants to be the doctor. Everybody wants to be the nurse. Everybody wants to be on the news.
Right. But the professions that we have sometimes go untouched, and for different reasons. I don't know any electricians. So for me, like as a woman or even like as a small kid, like I wouldn't dream to be an electrician because I've never seen one.
You know what? And it's crazy to say that it wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because my major is accounting and management.
Really?
Yes. So electrical is not something that I really wanted to do. No. I got thrown into it, but guess what? For the past 24 years, I'm loving it.
And something else we have in common is we both just released children's books. Yay! And that was a fun journey because we both supported each other through that process, yes, encouraged each other. I had my book done, and Tashani was like, when are you going to publish this thing?
Listen, Ashley, we got to give it up to Ashley. I got to give it up to Ashley because when I said she pushed me. So community.
Yes. Community over competition. So just to tell you a little bit about our books, my book is called Enoch's Little Lunch, and it's about a young boy who goes to school, and he's Haitian, so he's eating Haitian food in the lunchroom, and the other kids are making fun of him because of that. So this book really shows the importance of knowing about your cultural foods, not making fun of people because their foods are different than yours, yes, and also how you can celebrate and learn the benefits of your food. So it's the perfect book for any child that's in school that wants to be able to advocate and celebrate their plate.
And you know what, Ashley, sometimes I look at your posts on social media, I'm like, what does Ashley know about that? Because I'm from Jamaica, and I'm like,
how she know?
What she know about Guinea?
Hey, I know what I know, okay?
So, yeah. And I wrote my children's book. It's called Girls Can Be Electricians Too. And that's because, being out there in the field, I haven't seen a lot of us out there in the field. So it's like, where do we start? But we really got to start, in kindergartens. Because everybody now, when you look at social media, everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to, do something else.
Yeah.
It's okay to get our hands dirty. We make money getting our hands dirty. So
yes. And that's another thing too, the image of an electrician. And that's what I like about her book, because the girl who wants to be an electrician is super cute. And a lot of times you think electrician is more of like a tough, manlier kind of job. So you feel like you have to be like rough and tough. But I like the fact that she's cute, like Tashani.
You see what I did there? But sometimes it can be intimidated for the guys when you go out there.
I'm sure.
For me, when you go out there, they be like, stereotype, you should say. What are you here to do?
Tell us one story about like you going out in the field, showing up, and you're like, I'm the electrician.
Listen. So it was a construction site, right?
Uh-huh.
Never worked with this guy before. And I showed up and he's like, what are you here to do? And I'm like, did you call for the electrician? He's like, yeah, but what are you here to do? And I'm like, I'm Tashani. He's like, no way. I want to speak with a lady that I've been speaking on the phone with for weeks. That's Tashani. That's me. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I said, listen, sir, do you want your lights fixed or not?
Because you can't fix them because you called me.
I'm like, do you want your lights fixed or not? And since that day until today, we're like, wow. And every time I show up, he's like, y'all better recognize this Tashani. Hey.
But what was he expecting? Like,
he was really expecting, even though it's a female that's coming out, he's really expecting not somebody that's 5 foot.
Right, that's true.
Not somebody who wears a size 5. And not somebody who sometimes show up in a wig.
Okay.
We gotta
So you
get
came there cute,
Yes.
and he was like, no way she knows what she's doing.
Right, but when they get to know you, it's fun out there in the field.
Yeah.
I get to meet a lot of guys. I get to a lot of guys. A lot of guys.
A lot of guys.
It's always a lot of guys.
The boys, the boys.
So
I'm just kidding.
the boys.
The boys.
So we are definitely looking for those female electricians out there that, guys, moms, aunties, tell your nieces, tell your daughters, it's okay. Girls can be electricians too.
Yes. And shameless plug too. That's the name of her book. So look her up. It's on her website, Sister Let Me Crown You. Yes. And then my book is on Amazon. So again, Enoch's Little Lunch. So check out our books and let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So Ash, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Right? In your writing journey, when you were writing that book, like what gave you the motivation? I know you're a dietitian.
Yes.
But what else kind of inspired you to write that book?
Well, just from working with different students and with kids and also with family members and knowing that our cultural foods are never talked about. So you eat what you eat at home, whether it's cabbage, whether it's aki, whatever you're eating at home, that's what you eat.
Right.
And then when you go to school, you have to eat pizza because that's what their kids are eating. Hamburgers,
True.
All the westernized American food that's common to eat. But once you eat something from your culture, people are looking at you like, what is that? Why is your fingers turning yellow when you eat curry? So because of that, it's embarrassing. And I remember being a young child and being embarrassed to take my foods to school because I'm eating foods that are different than the kids that I went to school with. So this book is about having that conversation, that elephant in the room, which is your lunchbox, like being able to open that up and say like, hey, the foods I'm eating are different, but they're still healthy. And these are foods that are resonating with me and my family. So let's kind of break that ice and break the stereotype of what a lunch should be. Because a Lunchable is not healthier than curry rice and chicken and everything like that.
So do you used to take a lunchbox to school?
I did, but I didn't want to. I remember my mom would cook us lunch and I would be like, can't I just bring a Lunchable? Because I wanted the little pizza. Remember that pizza? It was a cold pizza too, where you put the tomato sauce and the pepperonis on it. I wanted to bring that because that's what was trendy. That's what the other kids were doing. So instead of doing what was best for me and for my mom's pocket, I wanted to do what everybody else was doing. And that's why the book comes in place. So I even do book readings now where I bring the book. Thank you. I bring the book to school and I show students, we read it out loud. And they're like, oh, that's not nice. And I'm like, but that's what y'all do. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But I do have that conversation. Like, so what would you do? How did you feel when you make fun of somebody's food? And it allows them in real time to correct themselves.
You couldn't get me to bring any food to school.
Why not?
As you said, the embarrassment. Like, I don't want to take that out. Like, everybody's going to the canteen and they're getting their foods at a canteen.
You went to school in Jamaica, right?
Yeah, I went to school in Jamaica. So everybody.
Once you said canteen, I was like, hold
on. Everybody's getting their food from the canteen. And I'm like, my daddy used to pack just a little stuff. And I'm like, just because, it's what their pocket could afford.
Yep.
But I will stay hungry the entire day because.
Yeah. And I'm sorry you had to go through that because that's the story for a lot of kids where they rather skip lunch than eat something that they feel is embarrassing. Yeah. So it's one of those things. And that's why nutrition's so important.
It is.
Culture's so important. And our professions are so important because it really ties all of that into just celebrating who we are.
That's facts. And your book is so relatable. Her book is very relatable. I don't care if you are 1 or 99. The book is very relatable. Yeah.
Thank you. So do you have anything exciting coming up?
Well, because of Ash, watching her on social media every day, just seeing what she does with her book. Because again, community, I got I got one teacher reach out to me from North Carolina to do a virtual reading.
Yes.
And then I have another teacher in Jamaica. Yeah.
Yes.
Who's asking about putting the books in the library. So that's kind of exciting.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I'm really excited about, letting our kindergartens know that it's really, really, really okay. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing.
Right.
And guess what? As I said before, because I love talking about that. As I said before, you tell them, hey, it's okay to be an electrician. Mm-hmm. They could retire you at, a good age.
And I'll say my exciting event coming up, and then we're going to circle back because I got some questions for you. Okay, so for me, what I have coming up is we have a kids culinary class coming up October 26th, which is a Saturday in Miami Gardens. It is free. How much does it cost?
Free.
So it's free. Come bring your kids, and we're going to teach them how to make a nice, healthy, balanced meal that's also going to taste good. So parents, yeah, we're doing you a favor because your kids are picky with you, but once you bring them to us, they won't be picky anymore. It's that easy. It's like magic.
Yes.
So definitely come out and follow us on Instagram at Eat Well Exchange if you're not already, and that way you can see more event details.
You hear? Come on out.
Yes. But back to you. So what's the career path? So for me, being a registered dietitian, you have to get your bachelor's, then I have to get my master's, then do an internship program, which is 10 months long, unpaid. That's a story for another day. And then after that, you sit for a board exam, and then you become a registered dietitian. And every year we have to do like these CU credits to maintain our certification. So if that being said, most people I know with their master's degrees sometimes end up with 6 figures in debt. Mm-hmm. And then some jobs, just being honest, start off at like 40,000, you know? Right. So unless you're creative and finding ways to make money, how are you supposed to pay off that 6 figures in debt? So I know for being an electrician, it's a little bit different. How's your career path?
It's way different. You hear what Ashley said? She's in debt.
Not me. Not right now. I got my master's paid for, but that's a story for another day.
Not her. But on the electrical side of things, you know, you could start out just being an apprentice.
Okay, so that means you're shadowing somebody.
So being an apprentice, you could, hey, you know, I'm interested in the electrical field. Mm-hmm. You come on out and be like, okay, so let's put you with a guy that knows what he's doing. Right. So you're on the job training, and they say, hey, I want to go a step further. I want to become a journeyman, you know, another
journeyman.
Yeah, another step to the electrical field. So you go out. That's just a test that you take. But again, all you have to have is your hours, your on-the-job training hours.
So no bachelor's?
None of that.
You can have a GED diploma, anything?
GED, right. Your high school diploma, your GED, you could come on high. Yeah. Basically, all this boils down to you having some on-the-job training. Right. And your W-2. And the knowledge that you can apply, you know?
Okay.
So basically,
and then you come out making how much money typically? Not, I know you're in the higher end, but I mean like the typical electrician that's just starting out.
If you say, okay, let's use me for an example. Okay. You come to me like, hey, you don't have any training at all, and you want to start a job, and I'm like, hey, because I'm going to ask you, what do you think you're worth? Oh, because if you tell me you're worth $25 an hour, I cannot tell you you're not worth that. Right. So I'll be like, okay, I'll pay you your $25 an hour, but you got 3 months before I cut that $25 an hour.
So what I see you're worth.
Right? So you got guys that doesn't even have their qualification and they're making $40, $50 an hour. Like, come on. Okay. You know? So...
Yeah, so that's good to know because that really opens up a career path for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. For me, yes, I did go to college and everything, but I don't really advocate for everyone to make that their journey because of the debt that you come out in. And unless you're really creative, you're going to end up in debt. So I love the fact that being an electrician is great because you can be an electrician and also a realtor. You can also have other careers as well. So
that's and in the electrical field, you could also be, you know, on the construction side doing a lot of other different things. You could be a project manager.
Yes. You know? And girls can be electricians too.
Listen.
but yes, this has been amazing talking to you. So everyone watching, continue to follow us. Again, my Instagram and website is Eat Well Exchange.
And my Instagram is Tashani Lewis or Sister Let Me Crown You. And my website, sisterletmecrownyou.com.
All right, y'all. Bye.